Okay, this is on the Harris Pool, number 54009. That's page 1. Oops, that's page 2. That's the HRV page that is just a rough idea. I need to fine tune it, and I'll say more about that later. Okay, so what we're doing is we have this pool room, and in this triangle room we have to put all the pool equipment. And bear with me, everything's going to be 3D, so I marked everything on the floor. I'll just go here. So here we have a duct furnace, a piece of duct, a filter box. It's going to be stacked. But it's going to be stacked a different way with the door on there with hinges. And then we're going to have a duct right here with 2 end caps. That duct I made 11 inches. Oh, I didn't even write that down. Hold on. I wrote that down before I forget. 11 by 42 duct. So your filter box is going to be 14 inches off the ceiling here. And everything's going to be hung in here, by the way. So the bottom of your filter box should be lined up with the bottom of this duct. And I made the duct just as long as the filter box. Marked on the ground there. So I'll have to go into detail because I'm afraid this drawing won't be here anymore. I marked with Sharpie on the edges, on the corners. Not with Sharpie, with dry erase marker. So I figure your filter box would come to right here and to right here. And that will be your duct up here. Okay. And right here, they're going to build a door, we propose. I marked it here. So you open the door and you will have this pipe right in front of the door. We know this. But we need it there to get the filter out. Okay. We have this and then this. And then the furnace, which will be 14 inches from the ceiling. And then we have a transition. So our furnace has to be that low because we have a 14 by 20 duct going in front of it. That's why we have to drop down 14 inches. And we have this fitting, which is the top, will go up 1 inch. On top of our fan is 24 by 24, but we have a 1-foot tall blower on top. So that's why it's down so low. And our duct, so our fan, then, so real quick. So this is a 30 degree, and that's a 70 degree angle. And then this will just tap into a T, and this T is going to be massive. It's coming down to right here, so you open this door and it's going to be duct from here to here. Well, and from the bottom too, depending on the HRV. Okay, and then this one, I just have top up, squared around, top up 13 inches. Just get it tight against the ceiling, and then tie into this 16-inch round. Everything on here is aluminum, by the way. But went up because we did the HRV in here. We have a bunch of other stuff that has to come up in this corner too. So I was trying to get as much room as I can. Okay, and this duct here is, goes along here. It's 20 by 14. And then right here goes to a 90. Okay, yeah, so that goes there. So I have this 20 by 22 to 20 by 14 reducer. Right. 20. Oh yeah, I just changed the way I drew it. I'm just gonna change that real quick. Might screw me up later. So it's gonna be 20 by 22 to 20 by 14. It's gonna be top flat. Oh no, oh yeah, top 13. No? Yes, top 13, so it comes up tight against the ceiling. Yeah, same as that. Okay, and then I have a straight piece of U-shaped duct and a 90. And from here, it goes on to the next piece of paper. Which it fits like that. So this is this. From the 90, and you have a 1-inch throat, 36-inch piece of duct, a canvas, and a transition to this 23 by 26 duct. I have 1 inch out, so what I figure is you're gonna just cut this duct low, and 1 inch out, it's gonna come here. Hopefully, I was thinking you can just slip the 1 inch under the wall. But, if you need to modify this, to get it how it is, but I think once you cut it, you can probably just slide it under the wall and seal it. And this does come off 3 inches from the back wall to match up with this. So, and then you just seal it to the floor. Okay. So, on the back wall, so that's it for the duct furnace. Well, kind of. If we opt to do the HRV under the duct furnace, I'm not quite sure if it'll fit yet. I think we need to get it in here to see. But if we don't do the HRV, then if we don't do the HRV, then this duct, instead of this end cap, will actually get a damper and tie into a fresh air grill, outside air. And then we'll have to put an exhaust vent up into the attic. Okay, if we can get the HRV to work with this pool equipment and everything, this is what my plan is. So I made a piece of metal, and this is actually the same size as the duct furnace, but it's also the same width as the HRV. So the homeowner wanted us to see if we can get it in here without moving these plumbing pipes. And to do that, oh yeah. So that's how we kind of had it set up. So the only issue is, you know, they're going to add the door here, so they need to be able to pull the filter out, the big HRV filter, the big square one. And I'm not quite sure exactly where these 8x24 ducts come out in reference, if they're in the middle. My paperwork doesn't show it, or if, you know, they're 2 inches from the back or what. But the homeowner wants us to get the HRV and bring it in here and see exactly what we can do before they make a decision about the pool pipes. Because, I mean, either way, I don't see how you're going to get the HRV in here without a ductwork in here. But here's what it's going to do. HRV, and then we have a T mixing box right here. So this right here is with the HRV. It's a pre-made, it attaches here. And I figure here I'll just build a T. I don't know exactly what to build it to yet until we get it together. But then go 2 squared around 14-inch. So, and they will have to offset just depending on, you know, where the things come out, how they have to offset, and, you know, how the box comes out and all that. But she's hoping just to get a, you know, a straight shot just right in front of the plumbing pipes. If that's the case, and when we go to round, we can kind of, you know, maybe finagle something to get them a little triangle for their pool equipment. I don't know. But make sure the HRV sits like this. You can adjust the, you know, the core or whatever, but this is how it has to sit. So this top will go to the outside fresh air. Have a big grill over here. 10 feet away, we'll have a big grill over here. One thing I forgot to mention is this duct on the back is a 6-inch by 56 duct. So it's going to go from right here all the way to the end. And it's going to be from top to bottom. And what that is going to do is it's going to give us our 10 feet difference between our return and our exhaust. So one of those HRVs, that one's going to be outside fresh air, then this one will tap into that pipe here. which I'll just draw it up to that pipe. Okay, and then on this side we'll put a grill, you know, and tap it into the duct. Okay, so then it mixes. Then here, see, I'm thinking we may have to get like a like an end boot or hard transition, because we have one that's going to go a 14-inch round, going to go to the corner up and then tap into this duct. Another one that's going to have to come off and then go straight up. The bottom one is going to have to go straight up and tap into the bottom of this duct. Okay. And so I don't know any of these measurements or anything because it's just too much for me. If we get the HRV in here, then we can measure more, but we don't even know if we're going to do it yet. So we'll leave that up to Jamie. This is just some rough dimensions I took. I measured them at the shop. And so just to be clear, the filter boxes are going to be stacked like this, 25 by 29, but they're going to be lengthwise, so it's going to be one in front of the other like that. And they're going to be high, so we'll have a hinged door on the front. Okay, what else? Okay, so our flues. A couple of things in the air. Our flues gonna have to come out and somehow get up into the joist over. And then Jimmy was talking about them just throwing out a little triangle up here to run our flue and combustion air out through the roof. And then his boiler exhaust will have to either flue out over here or do the same thing because it's got to be 10 feet from our forced air intake. What else? Well, that's it for now. Thanks.